So welcome and good morning everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This morning's class is Strength for Yoga or Yoga Conditioning. I'm going to do quite a bit of a focus on what we call the posterior chain, which is the back body. So looking at hamstrings, lots of glutes, some core support of course, and just a little bit of work on the kind of erector spinae on the back muscles, because I know quite a lot of us are spending excessive amount of time sitting, and what happens is we're closing in the front body a little bit and the back body's not doing a whole lot. So I just really want to work into the back muscles and try and get a little bit of opening here across the chest, heart and lungs at the same time. It's going to be fast-paced, parts of it, lots of repetition. And even though it is kind of like a fitness, I hate using that word, a fitness-style yoga practice, remember yoga has a lot to do with our attitude and our intention. So if we can just bring the mindfulness to the experience and the integrity and the kindness towards the body, and just, you know, move in a way that feels good for you and that's respectful for how you're feeling in your body this morning. Okay, so what you may need is a blanket. Even if you don't have sensitive knees, we're going to be working into one little bit of a practice where it is really nice to have some support for the kneecap. So if you want to grab something, even a soft book could work, or you could just throw your jumper in underneath, or a fold of the mat is also an option for you. We're going to start in a seat. So finding a position that's just going to feel comfortable for you this morning. I'm going to come into just a traditional easy cross of the legs. Let the hands come to rest on the knees. And just sitting with the tall spine. And when you feel ready to, you can just settle with a soft gaze or close the eyes. And just take a few moments to arrive here this morning. Notice how the breath is breathing. Where you feel the breath this morning, this afternoon, depending on when you are tuning in. And just notice the qualities of the breath. Working with the diaphragmatic breath in this practice, a three-dimensional breath. What can be helpful is to bring the hands just down to the lower part of the rib cage. Thumbs just curling around the back body, fingers wrapping around the front body. And only when you feel ready to, begin to encourage the breath to start moving out into the sides of the ribs, almost drawing the breath laterally across. And as we breathe in this direction, you'll start to also feel how the belly and the back body are responding to the diaphragm descending down, and a sense of breath, of air, but of intra-abdominal pressure, and that's what gives us that sense of expansion as the diaphragm descends down as we breathe in. And just noticing as it recoils back up on the exhalation, a feeling of everything drawing back and in. And for some of you this morning, your breath may really feel like it is up in the chest, around the heart, even in the throat. And if the breath is here, just give it a few moments to settle. As you settle your body and your mind, the breath will naturally begin to drop. And when you feel comfortable, then begin to encourage the breath to breathe three-dimensionally. Noticing if you're gripping around the jaw, just let that be relaxed. Softening around the eyes. Shoulders relaxing down. Pelvis, your seat is heavy on the earth. And as you continue to breathe in this way, just noticing if there's any other sensations present in the body this morning besides the sensations of the breath. Just recognizing. And we don't really need to do anything with our discovery. Just be mindful of what is. Whether it's a physical sensation of tenderness, or whether there's a heavy feeling emotionally around the heart. Maybe the mind just feels a little busy. And all of that's okay. Just welcome it in. And bring the hands in front of the chest, in front of the heart. And you can just tilt the chin down a little bit towards the chest here. And setting an intention for our practice to be with what is. Being also mindful of our bodies, how we feel. As you exhale, you're going to release your hands, release your legs, take your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into frog pose. Come onto your heels. Now what I'm going to suggest, I'm going to stay to the long edge of the mat just for the visual for you, but maybe come to the back of your mat and then take your legs wide so that your heels come off your mat, and you're going to turn the pinky toe edge side of the foot out. So we're creating an external rotation through the hips. Place the hands onto your ankles, or maybe they're going to just hold on to the shin bones. We'll lift the breastbone up so we're lengthening through the spine and we're not kind of overly tucking under through the tail. So reach up through the crown of your head. You can soften into the gaze here if you wish. What I tend to like to do here is just gently pull on the legs to bring the heart forward, but being mindful of that lower ribs wanting to pop out. Just to help to facilitate more of an opening across the heart and lungs. And just sense the breath again. Breathing out into all sides of the ribs. And really firm down into the pinky toe side of the foot here again. So starting to just awaken the inner thighs, even the outer hips. Just notice what you feel here as you press out into the pinky toe side of that foot. Feed back up into the outer hips. Stretch sensation through the inner thighs. And we'll work a little bit with a seated cat-cow variation here in frog. Inhaling, pull on the ankles. You're going to draw the breastbone forward and up, open the throat as you look up. Allow the tail to tuck under, belly to draw in towards the spine. Shoulders are going to round forward, chin to chest. Inhaling, tilt the pelvis forward. Pull the breastbone through and up. Exhaling as we tuck under. Just come through this 2 or 3 more times, moving with the breath. And it's always nice if there's any sticky parts in the spine, just to maybe linger for an extra moment or two. Next breath, we're going to come back into a neutral position. Bring your fingertips behind you. Keep that chest open instead of rounding forward. With the right leg, we're going to draw the right foot, toes up towards the ceiling. Drop the right knee in, and we're just going to turn towards that left side. You can use your hands or you can go without your hands. So it's just going to depend. If some of you are used to coming to my practice or to my classes, you're going to have done this little bit of a flow with me before. Just a nice way of mobilizing the hips. So hands or no hands, depending on what feels better for you. And we're just going to drop the knees side to side. Letting the spine just follow the movement of the pelvis as it rotates in the direction of that back knee. Inhaling. So what you're going to start to notice, and this is why I sent you towards the back of your mat, as we drop those knees side to side, you're going to start to edge your way forward. I'm going to bring myself all the way back. We'll do one more to the right side. One more to the left. Coming back to center. Come back to frog pose. This time we're going to work with a little bit more engagement here. So as we hold on to the ankles, let your elbows come to the inner knees. You're going to press your inner knees into your elbows, elbows up into your inner knees, and this is going to bring the inner thighs in a little bit more, giving them some effort this morning, some tension. Keep the breastbone lifting, open across the chest. Close the eyes here for a moment. Come back to your diaphragmatic breath, 3-dimensional breath. One more. Now releasing, softening away with the elbows, relaxing through the inner thighs. Take the hands out. Again, they may go behind you. We may take them out or even just hold them in front, and we're going to come back into dropping the knees side to side. So go left side first, we'll go right. Now come back to left. We're going to add something on into this practice here. So just again, be always mindful of how you're feeling. It can be a little bit challenging for the knees. We'll start with just facilitating with the hands, and then you can do maybe the next round without your hands. So I'm going to press down with my right shin bone. Using my hands, I'm going to let my hips lift forward. Press my hips forward. Let the buttocks squeeze a little bit here. And then as I exhale to come back, this is where we want to come back really slowly. So it's like we're kind of sticking the bum out. Chest is going to come forward. You might even reach the hands forward just to help counterbalance you here. Really slowly start to sink that left sit bone back and down. Once you bring the left hip down, we're going to open the knees back up, come all the way to the right side. Same thing here. So press down, point the toes back with the left foot. Left shin bone presses down, hips come forward. Slowly then send the hips back, send the chest forward, reach your fingers forward. Again, hands can be on the ground just to support, to help to facilitate. And we'll do it one more time right this side. Again, maybe no hands here, hips forward. Nice and slowly send the hips back, chest forward, fingers reaching. Lower the left buttock down. Slow, 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 slow. Open the knees, come to the other side. Hips forward. And then slowly hips come back, hands come forward. And right sit bone comes down. Okay, take the hands behind you, release your legs and stretch your legs straight out in front. Just give them a little bit of a pulse. You're going to come down onto your forearms, so elbows underneath the shoulders, fingertips are going to be pointing towards the feet. Point your toes up towards the ceiling, spread the toes. Inhale from here, just take the right leg to lift any amount, and exhale as you lower. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left leg lowers, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Now come and bring your palms to where your elbows are, and you're going to sit up. In fact, turn your fingers away, lift across the chest. Inhale to lift, and notice now as you take the legs up how things change a little bit. Maybe not so easy. Inhale. Walk your hands a little closer in towards you, but not all the way to align with the hips. See how things feel now as we lift the legs. Inhale. Now you can stay here, last bit's going to really challenge, or stack your spine, bring your hands down by the outer hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, so really getting into those hip flexors. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Feel the quads switching on. Lower. Lift. Lower. Well done. Bend into your right knee. Ground the sole of the right foot down. Reach both hands forward. Inhale here. Lift the chest. Exhale, tuck under with your tail, round into the lower back, and then bring your left knee to align with your right knee. Spread your left toes. Inhale here. Now pull the right heel back towards your right sit bone. Feel the hamstring. Exhale, curl down. Not all the way. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, curl it down. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, curl it down. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, curl it down. As you curl all the way down, pull the right heel even further in so your heel comes underneath your knee. Place your palms down. Lift the right toes for a moment. Really dig into your right heel and think of pulling again that right heel back towards your right sit bone. I'm going to disclaimer, there's going to be some cramps in this practice this morning. Okay, ground the foot. You're going to inhale. Let the tail tilt back. Lift the hips. Now keep your hips lifted. Nice activation here through that right buttock. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Hips stay level. Exhale, left knee aligns with right. Inhale as we reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Keep those hips lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, left leg reaches. Lower your bum all the way down. Bend into your left knee and keep your left thigh bone squeezing in towards the left side of the rib cage. Tuck your tail under. Now keep the back of your bottom ribs down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale, lift. Really squeeze that left thigh bone in. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale as you lower. Stretch the left leg up towards the ceiling. Take your right knee and stack it over your right hip. Flex your right foot. Left hand is going to be placed upon your right thigh bone. Right hand to the back of the head. Right elbow out nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale. Curl your head, neck and shoulders up away from the mat and resist. So press left hand into right knee back into left hand. Left leg's going to come to lower. Inhale. Reach the leg back up. Exhale. 10. 9. Move on the breath. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Well done. 1. Stretch the left leg up. Release the right leg. Stretch the right leg out. Keep the right heel hovering. Take your left or right hand and see if you can tap your left foot. Left hand comes behind the back of the head. Switch. Left hand, right foot. Right hand behind the head. Switch. 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 Keep your lower back pressing down into the mat. Switch. Switch. 5. 4. 3. You're going to feel the burn here. 2. 1. Okay, both hands to the back of the head. Legs reach up towards the ceiling. Spread the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Hover left leg, bend back into right leg. Take your left foot down. Right foot's going to step to the outside of your left leg. Roll onto the left side of your body. Take your left elbow, bring it in underneath your shoulder. Fingertips should be pointing off to the long edge of the mat. Right hand onto the outside of your right hip. Work a little bit into the scapula here of your left shoulder. So you're going to sink down as you inhale. Press the elbow and forearm down. Lift up out of the shoulder. Exhale. Inhale, sink. Exhale, lift. Inhale to sink. Pressing up, exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg. before we even begin to move that left leg, I want you to think of dropping your front ribs down and let your hips, your pelvis press a little bit more forward. Give us a nice bit of stability and integrity here through the waist. Left leg, you're going to inhale to lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember, do as many repetitions as feel good for you this morning, as you're able for. We listen to the body rather than listening to the mind. One more. You're going to lift now, hold pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Press the pinky toe edge side of the foot down. Now we want to lift up out of that forearm, pressing into the right elbow. Right foot presses down. You're going to lift the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift, lower. 3, 2, lift, 1, lower. Well done. Right ankle, I forgot what it was called, it's an ankle, is going to come just close in towards the left thigh bone. We're going to roll onto the back body, bend the left knee in, think of a figure of 4. We're going to work here with an active variation here for the external rotators of that right hip. I want you to press your ankle into your left thigh bone, spread your right toes. Think of drawing the ankle towards your left shoulder, interlace your fingers behind the back of the head, elbows wide here, inhale. You're going to curl up as you exhale, hold. Now keep your foot flexed, nice and active. You're going to stretch your left leg away. Can you keep your right leg as it is? Can it hold itself here in space? Draw your left knee in. Maybe you go a little deeper, stretch the left leg out, draw left leg in. Left leg stretches out, left leg draws in, left leg out, left leg in. One more time, left leg draws away, left leg draws in. Release your head, neck and shoulders. Drop left heel in towards your buttock and take a figure of 4 stretch here. Interlace the fingers, whether it comes to the back of the thigh or it comes around the front of the shin bone. Make sure head, neck and shoulders are resting down here for a moment. And you can close your eyes if you wish and just take a moment to let everything settle and digest. Heart rate might be slightly elevated. See if you can get a sense of that. Maybe the breath is moved back up into the chest. Notice that. Can you direct the breath back into the sides of the ribs? With the next breath, we're going to release the left foot down. Draw the right knee in, just hold it in for a moment. Left leg is going to stretch all the way back out. Elbows wide, inhale here. Curl head, neck and shoulders as you exhale. Just give your knee a little kiss. Release your hands, stretch the right leg towards the ceiling and then lower your right heel down. Look towards both toes, spread your toes, fingertips towards the top of the mat, chin to chest. Roll it up. Slowly, 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 slowly. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend your left knee this time, reach your fingers forward. Curl tail under. Right knee aligns with left, spread your toes. Inhale. Exhale, curl. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Last one, inhale. Exhale as you curl it down. Slide your left heel a little closer in towards you. Ground the upper arm bones, lift the hips. Same thing we want here to really awaken glute and hamstring. Think of that left heel pulling slightly back, right leg reaches up, hips stay aligned, exhale, knees aligned. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4. I certainly feel that left hamstring. And 5. Inhale, leg lifts. Hips come all the way down as we exhale. Bend into that right knee. Bring your knee in towards the chest. Foot stays flexed. Tuck the tail. We want to try and keep the base of the back ribs down to get, again, try and keep us out of the lower back with the tucking here of the tail. Keep pulling that knee into the chest. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. One more time. Lift. No, we've got 2 more. Lower. Hips lift. Exhale as we lower. Take the right leg up. Hover the right heel. Bring your left knee to a line over the hip. This time left hand comes to the back of your head. Right hand is going to press off your thigh bone and create that feeling of resistance. Head, neck and shoulders are going to curl. We're going to lower right leg down. Lift right leg up. Lower and lift. 8. Remember, move on the breath. 7. 6. These are burners. 5. 4. 3. 2. Are you still with me? 1. Alright, keep your heel in the hover. Stretch the opposite leg up so left leg reaches high, and then see if you can tip your right fingertips to your left ankle. Switch it out. Switch. 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 Keep those ribs dropping down. Switch. See if you can lift up a little higher. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to just do one more for good luck. Alright, you're going to bend into that left leg. Step the left foot to the outside of your right leg. Come onto the elbow, onto the forearm. We'll work here into this shoulder blade. So you're going to sink down, press the floor away. Sink down, press the floor away. Sink down, press the floor away. Now just for a moment, see what it's like if you're a little bit more loose through the ribs and the pelvis. And then think of the ribs drawing down and the hips moving a little bit more forward. Notice the integrity this creates. And we'll sink, we'll lift. One more time, we'll sink and we'll lift. Now we're going to stay lifted. Straight leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now things can get a bit more challenging if we slide the arm out straight and we bring the head down. Remember the integrity. So just see what works better for you. Maybe this is easier. Who knows? You might come back up onto the forearm. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. We're going to go for little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You might feel that inner thigh muscle working here. 2, 1. Lower that foot down. Elbow's going to come in underneath the shoulder, especially if the arm is extended out. Press down, lift out of the shoulder. Inhale, hips are going to lift. Press into the knife edge of that right foot. Lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. Lower. 2 more. Inhale as we lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale as you lower. Now slowly from here, we're going to come into that figure of 4 on the back. You might just need to readjust yourself a little bit. Interlace the fingers to the back of the head. Left elbow is just softening out wide. Flex the foot, and even before we bring that leg up towards us, really firm ankle into thigh bone back into the ankle, and then just bring your knee up to a line over the hip. Curl head, neck and shoulders. If you're more comfortable with the head down, keep your head resting down. And you're going to straighten out, see how it feels. Even just create a little bit of space first. And this is working with active, so this is your range of motion here for external rotation on that left hip. Stretch out with the right, and then draw the right leg in. And see now, as you pull the right leg in, you're going to start to go into a deeper passive stretch. Feel what's happening through the outer left hip. And then as the leg extends away, see if you can hold your leg in space. Draw in. Leg extends out, leg draws in. So passive range of motion, we're helping to facilitate a deeper stretch. And then as we stretch the leg away, we're working here with our active range of motion, which is going to be a bit more challenging as we're really recruiting the hip muscles to hold the leg in space. All right, we'll do two more. Draw in, press away. Draw in, stretch out. And then we'll draw the leg back in, release head, neck and shoulders. Heel can come down towards the bum and find an interlace, wherever feels good for you. And we'll just pause here. Close the eyes again and just sink into your body. And just noticing what you notice. I wonder if you can hear the birds. They're chirping like mad. And if you can't hear the birds in my room, maybe you hear them in your room, outside your windows. Take one more breath here. And you're going to exhale as you release. Draw your leg in. Stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. Lower the leg back down. Chin to chest, look towards your toes. Slowly, slowly, you're going to roll yourself up. And exhale, release your hands. Okay, take a bend into your knees. Come to tabletop position. Come to all fours. And what I'm going to suggest here is that if you do have a blanket just to give your knees some support, you can place it across your mat. Some of you will need it, some of you won't. It's just going to depend. Okay, come to tabletop. Separate the knees so they're hip width distance apart. You're going to spread your fingers, grip the fingertips lightly here into the mat. And think of really firming down into your shin bones just to create that sense of feedback up through the inner thighs, feeding right deep into the core of your body. Eye of the elbow is going to stay wrapping forward. Like I said, fingertips are gripping. Press into that index knuckle, distribute the weight a little bit more evenly. Stretch back with your right leg to begin with. Toes are going to stay curled under. And then think of belly lifting up towards the spine without changing the shape of your lower back. Bring the right heel in the same line as the hip. You might look back just to see. And then take a slow bend into the right knee. So you're going to squeeze your right heel in towards your bum. Take your left hand forward, reach forward with the fingertips, spin your left thumb down so your palm faces away. Take your arm, sweep it back behind you, and see if you can tap the ankle. Keep pulling your heel into your bum. Well done. Stretch the arm back forward. Keep your heel pulling in, belly lifting up away from the mat. Spin your thumb down. Tap your heel. Sweep the arm forward. Keep pulling the heel in. One last time, you're going to swing the hand back, tap the ankle, inner heel. Inhale, arm is going to swing forward. Exhale, lower left hand down. Draw your right knee now in towards your chest. And we're going to slowly step the right foot forward in between our hands. Coming into more of a 1990 lunge here. Hips will sink very slightly forward. We want to really maintain the posterior tilt of the pelvis. Arms are going to come down by the outer hips. Make a little fist with both hands. This is where we need the support now for the kneecap. We're going to work into the left hamstring here. So just be, again, mindful. Squeeze your left buttock. Inhale, pull your left heel up. Exhale, lower. Now this is where you're going to start to feel your hamstring. You may have cramped already, round one. Okay, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep squeezing your left buttock. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, lower. Inhale to squeeze. Oh, lost my balance. Exhale, lower. Heel's going to come in. Now we're going to hold, squeeze, squeeze, smile, squeeze a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more. Exhale, lower the foot down, well done. Curl the toes under. Take your left knee now and let it just come to a hover up off the mat. Just a little hover, just a little hover. And then slowly stretch back into your left heel, straightening through the left knee. Exhale, bend, let the left knee hover. Left heel stretches back, left knee comes back into a hover. One more time, stretch back into the heel. Knee's going to come to a hover. We're going to open now into a goddess stance. Moving from that left leg, so you're going to pivot on the foot. Take your left toes towards the top left corner of your mat. Right toes towards the top right corner of your mat. Bend nice and deeply into your squat. And I want you to think of pressing out into the pinky toe edge side of the foot, squeezing your inner knees out. Sink a little lower. Now transfer the weight over into your left leg as you straighten through your right. And then switch it out. And switch it out. And just come between these two. Now, if you're used to working with what we call Skandasana in yoga, which is the side lunge where we go a little deeper, or also a Cossack squat for those of you that might be used to that terminology, as you sink your hips lower, you can turn your foot up. You might even bring your bum right down towards your heel and keep it nice and low. All right, so this is just going to advance that variation a little bit more. You might even have your fingers down. Okay, so stay high. Go medium, go lower. Just feel what works for you. And we'll go side to side. As you can tell here, I'm almost breathless. All right, time to lose a layer of clothes. All right, so come to the left side. Come to the right. Now lift the hips up if you're down nice and low. We're going to pivot back to the position that we were already in. Coming with a hovering left knee. Arms are going to reach towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your hands down. Look forward. We're going to jump switch the legs. So left forward, right back. Switch, switch, switch. All love in your heart for me, I'm sorry. Switch, 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 switch. We'll go for one more. Left forward, right back. In fact, we're going to go for one more. Right forward, left back. Bring your fingers forward, look forward, inhale here. As you exhale, bring your left knee in towards your nose, step your left foot back. Left knee to nose, left foot back. Left knee to nose, curl it under, left foot back. Knee to nose, left foot back. All right, this is going to change a little bit. Left knee into your nose. Drop your left knee behind your calf and then take your left knee all the way down to your ankle, but come down onto your shin bone. Bring your left heel wide so you can sit your bum back. We're going to take it here, not so much into a twist. Bring your hands back behind you. Take your left leg, open it. Left leg open to the side and then come back into your twist. All right, we're going to open and come to twist. Open out into your straddle, come to your twist. Open into your straddle. I can't remember what foot is this, right foot over left thigh. One more, open out into a straddle and come back into your kind of, I don't know what this is called, some sort of twisted variation. All right, hands are going to come forward. Press down into your left shin bone. Kick back with the left leg. Ball a left foot down. Ground your left palm. Step back, find plank pose. Grip your fingertips here. Strong legs, inhale. Bend at the elbow creases. Exhale, lower all the way down nice and slowly. Untap the feet. Bring your hands into a cactus. Belly draws up and away from the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. Lower. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Think of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale as we lift. Feel a whole back body here. Whole back body. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Fingers in underneath the shoulders. Come to your knees and stretch back to child's pose. Alright, take a pause here. Close your eyes and just take a few moments. Coming back into the breath. Notice the change in the heart rate. And although it's good to balance outsides, if you do feel like you want to stay here just a few more moments, please rest for as much as you may need. It's really nice to get the heart rate going and just to kind of get the energy pumping and moving through the body, especially first thing in the morning. So I hope you're waking up, and when you're ready, you're going to find your way back into tabletop position, and hopefully we'll remember what we're doing, and we'll do second side. So once you come to your hands and your knees, just remembering we want the fingertips to be gripping the external rotation wrap of the upper arm bones, just to give us a bit more support in the shoulders. Left leg's going to stretch back, belly lifts up away from the mat. Think of firming the forearms slightly towards one another, and just notice what happens as you do this. Now left heel's going to lift in the same line as the hip. Look back just to make sure leg's not gone too high, which is going to tip the pelvis forward, arching through the lower back. Try and stay as neutral as we can. Bend into the knee, pull the heel in towards your bum, reach the right arm forward. Keep lifting up out of the left shoulder, spin your left thumb down, palm's going to face away. Take the arm all the way back behind you and then tap the foot, inner ankle. Swim your arm forward. Really keep the squeeze now of that left leg. Turn your thumb down, come all the way back, tap the inner ankle. Swim the arm forward for the last one. Turn the thumb down, bring your hand all the way back. Tap the inner ankle. Squeeze the inner ankle. Well done, one more breath. Reach the arm forward. Exhale, lower right hand down. Right knee into chest. Left foot. Left foot comes in between your hands. Come into your lunge. Lengthen down with your tail. Squeeze into your right buttock cheek this time. We're working into that right hamstring. You're welcome to make fists here with the arms. You might even take them forward if it feels better for you, or out to the side if you want to counterbalance yourself a little bit. Widen your base of support. Inhale, pull the heel into your bum. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pull. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pull. Exhale, lower. Pull. Lower. If you get crampy, just walk around the room, give it a little bit of a shake off. Pull. Lower. Pull. Your hamstrings and your glutes are going to thank you for this practice, especially if you're sitting down all day. Just right now in this moment, it may not feel so thankful, but this is good work. Good work. Okay. Pull. Lower. 2 more. Think of that posterior tilt of the pelvis. I know I keep losing mine. Squeeze the right buttock. Squeeze. Lower. Changes things a little bit when we really maintain that integrity around the pelvis. Squeeze. Lower. Now pull the heel into your bum. We're going to squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release the foot down. Curl the toes under. And take your right knee into a hover. Keep that tail lengthening down. Stretch back into the heel. Rebend the knee. Notice as you do this, as you stretch back into the heel, as the knee straightens, what's happening in the lower back. And then rebend the knee. Notice what happens then. Stretch. Bend. Hover a little bit lower. Extend back into the heel. Bend. Last one. Extend. And let that knee come to a hover. Now coming back into our wide stance. I'm going to go this way. Okay, so toes pointing towards the top corners of the mat. Heels are slightly in. We're going to start with going towards the right side first. So remember the different layers to this. You go medium, basically it's high, medium, low. Whatever works for you. Mindful of the knees, toes can point up, or we can just stay here with this side to side action. Slow it down just a little bit more on this side. Move with the breath. As you all know, I'm a terrible counter, so we will go one more time to the right. And then bring yourself all the way back to the left. Okay, we're going to come up a little higher. Pivot. So you start facing forward. Come back into a hovering knee. You're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And we'll exhale as we lower the hands back down. Okay, keep your chest open, looking forward. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it back. Look forward. We're going to jump switch the legs. Right foot forward, left foot back. I like to stay on the fingertips here just to give myself a little bit of space up out of that thigh bone. Switch, 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 switch. Last one, switch. Right forward, left forward. Hold it here. Now take your knee in towards the back of the calf. We're going to slowly bring the shin bone down. Walk the left foot a little bit more towards the right side of the mat, just to give you enough space so you can sit your bum back. Okay, we're going to work into our straddle and back into the same position here again. Okay, inhale, legs open, exhale. I'm just going to turn around so you can get the visual if you need it. Inhale, open, exhale, left foot presses back down. Inhale, open to the side, legs into straddle, hands can come behind you. Exhale. Now maybe some will try without using your hands. Inhale, open, exhale. Inhale. Whew, that's way more challenging. Exhale. Okay, I'm going to stick my hands. Inhale, open, exhale. Open, exhale. Whew. Inhale, open, exhale, ground the foot. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Okay, come forward, press down into that left leg, kick the leg back behind you, ball the foot comes down, ground your hands, step back, find your plank pose. Inhale here, and exhaling nice and slowly, lower all the way down. All right, this time, take your arms forward, press down through the tops of the feet, left leg, right arm lift, switch, 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 switch. Now keep your belly lifting up away from the mat. It's going to make things a bit more challenging. Switch, 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 switch. We'll go for in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend the elbows. Turn your gaze, your head to one side. Close your eyes for a moment. And just take a moment to breathe. Take your fingers under your shoulders, press onto your knees, pull back into child's pose. Press into your hands, let your belly ribs come up out of your thighs. Knees are going to point forward. You're going to lean back onto your palms. Lift the chest. Look towards the ceiling. Opening the throat here. Release the hands, interlace your fingers, draw your shoulder blades in towards one another. As you exhale, bring your ribs and your belly towards your thighs. Lift the knuckles up towards the ceiling, let the crown of your head come down. Now option is that we stay here or we let the hips lift up out of the heels. See if you can bring your arms even more forward. Variation of rabbit pose. Slowly sink your bum back into your heels, lift your ribs and your belly up out of your thighs. Exhaling as you release your hands. Roll onto the outer right hip and take your left and right leg forward. Reach your fingers forward. Tuck your tail under and you're going to slowly roll down. Let your hands come by the outer hips. Take a bend into your right knee. Take a bend into your left knee. Bring your knees into your chest. Hands are going to come around the back of your legs. And then just let the legs open out nice and wide. Yourself just do a little gentle rocking here, side to side. And then bring your knees back in towards one another. Open the legs back out. Start to straighten the legs, bring the legs up into a V shape. You can either hold the ankles or bring your elbows down and just let your hands rest and support the outer knees here. Flex the feet and press it right up into your heels. As you exhale, bring your thighs close in together. You're going to come back into a figure of four stretch. Once we cross the ankle over the top of the left thigh, bring your left foot down and you're going to drop now the right sole of your foot towards that left side. Hold the left ankle. Draw the right knee away from the left shoulder as we try and drop the outer right hip towards the floor. You can gaze over your right hand. My left and right are all over the place, I'm sorry. I need to do L for left again. Heavy shoulders. And just begin to really soften the breath here now. Without any intention or too much effort, you might notice that the breath is continuing with that pattern. Breathing into the ribs. This can be quite a strong stretch on the outer hips, so just be gentle as you draw the knee away. We'll take one more breath here. And then just slowly come back up. Bring the sole of the left foot down, bring the right knee in, place the right foot down. Swap it out. And then come into your twist. So let the sole of the left foot come towards that right side, left hand out. And you may not wish, it might be deep enough for you here to not even hold on to that ankle. Some really soft breaths. slowly just let the head center itself, bring the legs back. Take the left knee in and then bring the left foot down. Walk your feet out nice and wide and just windshield wiper the legs side to side for a few moments. And we're going to take a rest in our Shavasana, just holding for about 3 to 4 minutes. So if you do have the time, if you don't need to get to work, and whether you might need to shower or not, I don't know if it was a sweaty one or not. So if you can, give yourself this time. And I invite you to rest either on the back, or you may wish to come into a seated meditation posture. So when you feel ready just to let the legs rest, you choose now what position you wish to come to. I have the bell, so I will ring the bell 3 times to finish, to close your Shavasana. And I think it's important just to enjoy the silence and the stillness for a few moments. So find a comfortable position, because comfort is important. Make any little adjustments you may need. And I invite you for this practice, this short practice, letting go of your breath completely. And just let yourself be here. And just notice what is pulling your attention. Can you keep it within your senses? Sound, taste, touch. Maybe you notice the dance of shadows behind the eyes if they're closed. Or there might be a scent if you lit some incense. Or the smell from your body. The smell of cooking, of breakfast, coffee, whatever it may be. Just for these few moments, take a dance around your senses. if you have the space and time to stay and to continue resting, being quiet and still, just continue. And if you need to start your day, just take a few moments. Let yourself just gently wriggle about, awaken your body through movement. And take your time, and we'll meet here in a comfortable seat if you're not already here. And we'll join the palms in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. May you continue to listen. And we can take this attitude of yoga, integrity, intention, mindfulness, compassion and kindness, patience and tolerance, the qualities, and let them be a support as we enter into a new day. And just remembering every so often to stop and take a little pause and just see how you feel. Ask yourself, what do you need? And it's important to honor the body, the heart and the mind at this time. May you be well, may you be safe, may you be content. And from my heart to yours, I wish you a beautiful day, a peaceful day. Thanking you as always for tuning in and for joining me. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Any requests, any feedback, any comments, all are welcome. Thanking you, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste, from my heart to yours.